Now to our next headline. The Greek parliament passed a non-binding resolution today recognizing the state of Palestine, with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Athens for the ceremony. A senior Israeli official told I-24 News that the resolution is, quote, merely symbolic and without practical meaning. Eli Hochenberg, diplomatic correspondent for the News Today, has the details.
The power balance in the Middle East is an ever-evolving process, and now, more than ever before, all regional and foreign players have a lot to gain and a lot to lose. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras seems to have found a way to walk in between the raindrops and satisfy all sides. On Tuesday, it was to the benefit of Ramallah, as the Greek parliament officially recognized a Palestinian state.
We must underline the imperative to begin a substantial, credible peace process with a clear political target, a process that will again give hope to the Palestinian people, but also to the Israeli people, for a better future, for peaceful coexistence of the two peoples in the same region.
It's a great day for Palestine today when Greece, the birth of democracy, takes this leapfrog decision in recognizing the state of Palestine.
But this move is not making Israel anxious. The strengthening ties between Israel and Greece, namely over an impending trilateral gas deal between Athens, Jerusalem and Nicosia, as well as two expected meetings next month between the three leaders, designates a bright future for their relations, and the recognition is viewed as nothing more than a symbolic decision. A major part of the warming ties between Israel and Greece in recent years was the growing spat between Israel and Turkey over the Gaza flotilla incident of 2010, in which 9 Turkish citizens were killed. But now Ankara and Jerusalem are engaged in a mutual effort to renew their relationship.
An agreement has not been finalized yet. A deal has not been signed yet. We are working on a draft. There is no doubt that the Israeli state and its people are friends of Turkey. During this period, we will observe whether our 3 conditions are met or not. This will be a requirement.
And indeed, requirements are yet to be settled. On Tuesday, Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said that while discussions on restoring ties with Israel are proceeding in a positive manner, Ankara still insists on all 3 demands: an official Israeli apology, which was already made in 2013, a compensation package to the victims' families, currently a work in progress, and the third and most challenging term, lifting the Israeli blockade on the Gaza Strip, a requirement that is highly unlikely to be met by Israel.
Yes, and I'm joined now in studio by Dani Ayalon, former Israeli Deputy Foreign Minister. Mr. Ayalon, good evening.
Good evening, Ayman.
Well, we hear this again and again, a symbolic gesture. The Palestinian flag was raised at the UN headquarters in New York in September, also in a symbolic gesture. First of all, when does a gesture stop being symbolic and begin to gain real traction?
Well, the gesture stops being symbolic only by an hypothetical resolution by the Security Council, which is enforceable, that a Palestinian state should be established on 67 lines, Jerusalem and everything else. And that would be a real problem for Israel. And this is what is the strategy of the Palestinians at this point. They know that they are no match to the Israeli military. So they try to internationalize the conflict and put pressure on Israel through the international community. They even went further with the BDS, trying, with the boycotts and divestment and sanctions, try to isolate Israel. And in a way, we see here, from the Palestinian point of view, we see here a 2-pronged attack. Hamas is attacking on the ground, or proxies of Hamas or whatever, and Abu Mazen is talking softly about peace, but at the same time, he's trying to undermine Israel politically, and at the same time, he is not condemning the terror, the latest wave of terrorism. He is glorifying the terrorists. But all of this is too nuanced, unfortunately, for European parliaments. And he is getting traction symbolically. So far, the Palestinian achievements are political ones, PR ones, but they are not real. And even from the point of view of Athens, the government of Greece, Tsipras, their prime minister was just in Israel a month ago. The real business he's doing with Israel. Why? He needs Israel vis-a-vis Turkey. He needs Israel for gas. He needs Israel for technology. For the Palestinians, it's a lip service. So that's the situation.
How is this recognition, though, expected to influence maybe the relations between Israel and Greece? Do you think it will have any effect?
I'm not sure. I think, of course, that the Israeli ambassador will get an instruction to go to the foreign ministry, to go to the prime minister's office of Greece and lodge a complaint, a démarche, which is called in the diplomatic. But it will end with that, and I'm not even sure that although the prime minister, Tsipras, talked about recognizing a new Palestinian passport, I'm not sure this will come into effect. There is a way in diplomacy how to drag things out. It's all interests, unfortunately, or not unfortunately. At this point, I think the Palestinians, from their perspective, have gone down on the priority list of the international community. Yes. So I don't think they have too much to do. So we see all these symbolic gestures. Abu Mazen himself, he's not very popular. He is losing ground. Hamas is becoming more popular, even within the own Fatah. He has some rivals. So this is what he's doing.
Well, Danny Ayalon, former Israeli Deputy Foreign Minister, thank you very much for helping us understand these gestures, symbolic and real as well. Thank you very much for being with us.